If you want to increase Google reviews, then you can have just the reputation management white labeled as a SaaS platform. So that particular platform will only have that feature, which is reputation management, which is part of high level, but they would have customized it, made it really, really powerful as a beast. So pretty much high level is basically a SaaS platform where it allows people to use the complete functionality of the platform. But the beautiful thing about high level over the other CRMs that exist in the market is you can white label that particular platform. So it's really simple. It's kind of a no-code kind of model where you don't need a tech expertise or IT background to do this whole SaaS as a service. If you want to know really the core meaning and understanding of the two terms SaaS and SwaS and the core difference between these models and what's the advantage and disadvantage of both and how to choose the model that's right for you, just based on my particular experience, I'm going to talk about this. Are you a business owner struggling to generate leads and close sales? Does it feel like without the right marketing and sales strategies, your business is just an expensive hobby? If this sounds familiar, you are in the right place. My name is Dr. Priya, digital product strategist and business automation expert specializing in marketing and sales strategies. This podcast is designed for business owners and entrepreneurs who want to take control of their business operations, supercharge their marketing efforts, and drive growth through strategic CRM and business automation. In every episode, we will dive deep into our Power Pivot framework, which basically involves your product and pricing, your online and offline presence, your warm lead generation strategies, evaluating your sales process, and creating retainer and retargeting existing client formula. Through this framework, even the smallest pivots can create massive business success. So, if you're ready to scale your business with simple, actionable strategies that combine the right marketing, automation, and CRM tips, you might want to listen to today's episode. Hey everyone, welcome to another exciting episode. As you know, we've been doing a series about high-level CRM and how to scale your business with that powerful all-in-one marketing and sales platform. Last week, we discussed how course creators can actually use high-level to scale their business. This week, I'm generally going to talk about SaaS, which is software as a service, and SWAS, which is software with a service. Currently in my business, I use a SwaS model. Both of them are very powerful in its own way, but I want you to make an informed decision before you consider or start or even scale your business using software as a core offering, because each of these has its own pros and cons. So I'm going to discuss in detail. So stick around till the end if you want to know really the core meaning and understanding of the two terms SaaS and SwaS and the core difference between these models and what's the advantage and disadvantage of both and how to choose the model that's right for you. Just based on my particular experience, I'm going to talk about this. All right, let's get started. Okay, so what exactly is SaaS? Like I said, the acronym stands for software as a service. And this is a business model where businesses provide access to software applications. So pretty much high level is basically a SaaS platform where it allows people to use the complete functionality of the platform. But the beautiful thing about high level over the other CRMs that exist in the market is you can white label that particular platform. So there are so many white labeled softwares and platforms available which are white label high level. So people on the internet talk about, hey, this is an all-in-one CRM, but it's a white labeled CRM that's very specifically designed for either a particular industry or a particular problem that's being solved by that particular software. So you can either go industry specific. If you're targeting just lawyers, you can have CRM that focuses on lawyers and all the functionalities in that particular CRM, literally targeting lawyers and what problem it can solve with the legal documents and the whole process. If you're targeting real estate agents or mortgage brokers, then that's a whole different thing. Or it could be just one particular problem. If you want to increase Google reviews, then you can have just the reputation management white labeled as a SaaS platform. So that particular platform will only have that feature, which is reputation management, which is part of high level, but they would have customized it, made it really, really powerful as a beast to get reviews on steroids and how to repurpose those reviews and how to bring those clients into the CRM and upsell them onto different other packages that they might have. So it's really simple. It's kind of a no code kind of model where you don't need a tech expertise or IT background to do this whole SaaS as a service. Just remember, I have a PhD in bioinformatics. Yes, I do have a little bit of IT knowledge, and my master's project I did on Python programming. So I was a nerd. I already had interest in computers. That could be in my advantage, but there are a lot of people who are completely not used to coding, programming, and computer programming, and they still are very, very successful because it is a no code kind of a model. So mainly the SaaS platform and the offer is a subscription based model. I love and have huge respect for high level because they're not greedy. I love non-greedy business model. For 297 US, the amount of value that we get as an agency is just massive. And it's a pretty transparent system, right? If you want a white label, it's 497. If you want to just have an agency, then it's 297. And the value it's giving for 297 is really incredible. So it's the same model that I think will work if you're having a subscription based model, which is the lifetime value of a client really increases drastically. The retention, I don't have churn, touch wood, because my model is SwaS, where I've got multiple touch points with my clients every month. I've got a team that works with my clients. So it really, really works well. So the lifetime value of a client increases astronomically. So the client actually pays for the access on a subscription basis, like a monthly subscription or an annual subscription, and they don't have to purchase the whole software outright. That's a whole model of SaaS where it's a subscription based model, which is affordable for small businesses around the world. All right. And another application that makes it very globally accessible is all these SaaS applications are hosted on the cloud, meaning they can access anywhere as long as you've got an internet, then you can host it. So high level basically host everything. So my website is built and hosted on high level cloud, and they're responsible for the security, which they take very, very seriously. Okay. And another huge advantage of SaaS, it's DIY. So if you're someone who would love to DIY your stuff, then SaaS is a great product because they would have done everything. You've got explainer videos, you've got a pretty no-brainer kind of an approach to get access to the platform and to customize it to your business and get it done. Basically, high level takes half an hour to 1 hour to onboard a client, get the information and set it all up on an onboarding call. So the SaaS model has really transformed the businesses, the way they do things, and it's very much accessible by everyone. It's pretty affordable, and it can help small businesses, even the micro nano businesses, scale because of the powerful toolkit the SaaS platform can provide. So it really, really helps you to automate a lot of tasks. It improves productivity and streamline your entire business operation. So really, really SaaS is kind of taking on the world, I can say, to take businesses to the next level. So these are the basic functionalities and what qualifies a software or platform as a SaaS model. Now, from my experience, I want to talk about the pros and cons, the advantages and the disadvantages of SaaS, right? So the advantages, it's highly scalable. So you can serve literally thousands of clients without being burnt out when you set up SaaS, when you have the onboarding in place, when you've set up the systems right, and when you've got a team right for the support. So the scalability of the model is amazing. And you can have a client start with a basic plan, and then you can upgrade them to higher packages if required. So really, really, it's a good business if you are wanting to scale and reach to the masses. And mostly it requires very minimum tech support and customer support if you've set it up right. There are other service providers in the market that are available for specifically onboarding support and others, but most SaaS platforms are like a set and forget model where you set it up. It requires minimal work on an ongoing basis. And the biggest advantage of SaaS, it's very, very cost effective because it's a subscription based model. You don't need a large upfront investment because all the work is done for you and you're just taking a slice of the pie and having a business on it. So you can either use the subscription, monthly, quarterly, and most of them offer a free trial, which to entice you into their funnel and then get you used to the platform and see whether it's the right fit for you. And then you can upgrade to a paid subscription model. And the best thing about that is accessible on the internet wherever you've got internet. So it's pretty much useful for any freelancers, any digital nomads who are trying to build, a freedom lifestyle using a very, very powerful toolkit. Then SaaS is the way to go. Now, all the good stuff is there, but still there are some disadvantages to it. As much as I would love to emphasize it is a DIY model, sometimes or most times people find it overwhelming without knowing the technical know-how. Like I tell my clients, one thing I would not touch is the automation tab on high level. I would not sneak into the workflows. I would not disrupt it, right? So it's like a do not enter board. So sometimes DIY can be overwhelming if you are not a techie, and it might lead to frustration and then seeking out for help and then blaming, hey, high level is bad or it's overwhelming or it doesn't do what I want to do. Basically, it's ignorance and overwhelm and frustration, and it has nothing to do with the platform per se. And then obviously, because it is a SaaS designed for a particular purpose or an industry, there could be a lack of customization, what you can get from the general platform, right? So whatever, if I have got a high level agency account, which lets me customize whatever I want. Now you have to see my demo page for my CRM custom dashboard with CSS with my brand colors, but all those things are not possible in most SaaS platforms. The customization can be very, very limited. And then obviously retention could be a huge challenge because on a subscription model, you need to justify the investment every month. Every month when they renew, they need to find value in your model, in your system. You have to update and keep updating with all the trends. So definitely retention can be a huge challenge. And also, it depends on the provider. So there was one very recently, I don't want to name any companies. They offered high level lifetime subscription for $39-ish something. Obviously, you can't sustain that model. So they got thousands, tens of thousands of subscribers, hundreds of thousands of subscribers for a lifetime plan of different levels. And the company went bankrupt. They literally declared bankruptcy, and all the existing clients were asked to move to the high level directly. And imagine if I signed up for a lifetime for say 97 or 197 or even 497, I cannot pay 297 a month because I already have the mindset that I bought a lifetime package, right? So people were so mad. So that's another disadvantage, which I see as the biggest disadvantage with SaaS platforms. If it completely depends on the company that owns a SaaS platform and how well they're running it. And if something goes wrong, everything is messed up, then your business could be hanging on a very, very slim, weak thread. So I think that's the biggest disadvantage I see with a SaaS model. So definitely huge, highly profitable, very successful businesses. I know a lot of Australian businesses that are jumping on to the SaaS bandwagon and making it really, really big. So maybe in the future, I might jump onto SaaS, but I feel I'm not ready yet because I'm fairly new. I've been in this platform, say 8 to 10 months now, and the amount of things that I've achieved in this 8 to 10 months, I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty excited how my 2025 is looking. So I would want to scale the SwaS model and not the SaaS model for 2025, but maybe later down the road, if I kind of niche down into an industry or a problem specific, I might jump onto SaaS, but not just yet. Okay, the next is my favorite, right? Next is completely about SwaS. I want to dive deep into SwaS model software with this service, but that's going to be an exciting episode because I want to talk everything because I've done it successfully. So stay tuned for the next episode where we discuss about SwaS software with the service and how you can make shit ton of money using SwaS. I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. If you found value in today's episode, make sure to follow, share, leave a review so we know that you love listening to us. And if you are looking at more valuable tips, insights, tools, and resources to help grow your business, please visit pivottothrive.com.au. I will leave links in the show notes below. Just remember, if your current strategy isn't working, you don't have to quit. You just pivot because the right pivot can make a huge difference. Let's pivot and keep thriving. I'll see you in the next episode.